Hello, movie friends. Well, I just saw Is This Thing On? And I can't stop thinking about three things. This movie is directed by Bradley Cooper and it stars Will Arnett, Laura Dern, and Bradley Cooper. And it's about a man facing middle age and an impending divorce, and he finds a new purpose in stand-up comedy. And it's about also Laura Dern's character, his wife, who's also facing the looming divorce, but also thinking about her life and how she's dedicated it to her family and what that all means. Okay, so the first thing I can't stop thinking about was how Bradley Cooper shot it. Take a look at these two photos. Let me show you something. So this is Will Arnett and Bradley Cooper, their characters, in a scene, and they're doing what's called coverage between characters. So they're doing coverage of each. And normally you would do this in the front, even if it was an over-the-shoulder, an OTS, as they say. This might be too nerdy. But he does it from the back, which I think is really beautiful. If anybody knows when this has been done before, I'd love to know about it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it works. It's so beautiful. It's just over the back shoulder, from behind, doing coverage of both. I loved it. I thought it was great. There's another moment, things where he cuts in interesting places, where he kind of cuts off dialogue and it switches and it's interesting. There's also one example where he and Laura Dern's character are in the attic. They're fighting about something, and he walks out and storms down the hallway. And it seamlessly transitions to him walking down the hallway in the comedy club where they walk up just before they're about to go on stage. I thought it was super interesting. I loved the flow of it. Really cool flow. It just felt like he had a unique indie film to it. It felt like it had been shot in a weekend, but in a good way. So I really love the way he shot it. He also did A Star Is Born, and I can't remember, but it's a good one. And so I'm really liking him as a director. The second thing I can't stop thinking about was how good Will Arnett is. I mean, he really carries this movie. And I think if this were done in December, or was out in December, I think you might hear a little knock on the Oscar door as a nomination. I don't think he would win. I think unfortunately because it was in January. Do I have that right? Maybe I have it wrong. Maybe it was released in time. If it is, you could see a little nod. If not, I think people will forget it because that's how humans work. But there's so many great actors in it. I thought he did a great job. He really captured what I think, as a divorced person, I think he captured what it's like to go through something like that. And that kind of leads me into the third thing I can't stop thinking about, which is how real it is. You really feel the relationship weight in this. You can feel the characters feeling it. You can see them go through it. I thought the fact that he was on stage a few times and had like a moment where he wasn't trying to be funny, he was doing a George Carlin, Bill Hicks type thing where he was just like, this sucks, man. This sucks. It was a real moment. I thought the whole movie was like that, and it was beautiful. I love Laura Dern so much. My favorite films of hers are with David Lynch, but she's so great in everything, including this. And when he comes to her, this I think will sum up the relationship and the realness of it. At the end, when he comes up to her and says, I just realized that I was unhappy in our marriage, not unhappy with our marriage. I'm going to be unhappy. So are you. I want to be unhappy with you. And she kind of literally kicks the porch fence or whatever you call the guardrail. And she's like, shit, he got me. Because I want that too. And I know that he just phrased that about as articulately as you can. It's so real. And you can feel that throughout the whole movie. It's great. It's one of the things I loved about it. I think it's great. So those are the things that I'm still thinking about, the things that I will continue to think about. I really love the way that it was shot. It's really beautiful. It's fun. There's some really funny moments. That's one thing I love about indie feeling films. Now, I'm sure he had a big budget for this because he's Bradley Cooper. I have no idea. But this indie thing, I think, is going to come back around. I think this kind of feel, and I'm not saying that it feels like it was shot like with Blair Witch cameras or anything like that. I just mean the flow of it, the feel of it, the way that the actors moved through the scenes. It felt so real. And I feel like this is something that's going to come back, the move to simplicity, especially after we've gone through so many years of CGI and so much stuff. And I'm not judging, okay? I'm just saying that I think that humans and culture go in cycles, right? You do certain things you take it to the next level of technology, but then there's always a little bit of a swing back, right? There's a trend for people to use flip phones or not use phones at all or get off social media. I don't know how long that's going to last. I think it's a temporary state, but I think it's something that in film is going to end up coming back around. I think somebody was saying to me that a friend was saying that some discussions they had think that there's going to be a studio that comes back and kind of focuses on what I was just talking about. I think that's totally it. Whenever there's something that's in demand and there's no supply, how long does it take? We were frustrated with cable and we got streaming. We needed phones to be on us so we could be communicative outside of our home. We got it. So how long is it going to take before they figure something out with theaters and film companies before they start to say, wait a minute, why are we doing things this way? Why are we spending this much money when we could be telling a story like this in a real interesting way? You know, and also I want to throw this in there. Why are we also only giving things one life in the theater? You get a 145-day run, that's it, until a vintage theater decides to play your movie again like 20 years down the road? Now, come on. You gotta have more of a cycle. People don't have time to go to the movies because they're overworked and underpaid. So you gotta give them more time. If it's not selling, I understand. You're not selling tickets, I understand why you don't keep it in theaters for a long time, but there's gotta be some sort of a second or third cycle that you go through. I think we could do better, that's all I'm saying. Maybe we'll get into the future and you just walk into the theater, and if you're the only one there or there's 7 of you there, you can go, well, should we vote? And then you come up with a movie, you touch your phone, you find it on your phone, you touch it to some little beep, beep, boop, and then it comes up on screen. Like, all right, great, let's see that. I always wanted to see this, let's see it. You know, something. We could do better. Anyway, one thing that doesn't have to do better is this movie. I loved it. Those are the things I can't stop thinking about. I want to know what you think. What did you like about it? Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Yeah, I thought it was great. Great little movie. Fun time. Is this thing on? Hopefully it is.